Hey, this is Pranav here, and let's talk about how you measure the success of your writing or your content creation. So, I'm going to be using content creation and writing a little bit interchangeably, and I think it makes sense, although this will be more inclined towards writing, but it holds equally true for other mediums as well. It's tricky, when you start writing, it's very tricky because what do you benchmark against? Should you aim for sales directly? Should you aim for likes, comments, and shares? Should you aim for just publishing daily? It's so confusing. What do you measure yourself up against? What do you measure yourself against? That is what we are going to look at today in this particular video. There is a nuance here, of course, because there is no one answer. There is a nuance, and the nuance is that it totally depends on where you are in your journey. And so I'm going to break up the journey in three parts, and I'm going to give you what you need to measure in all of these three parts. All right. The first part, which is, let's say if I am someone who has not written a word till date, and tomorrow I'm going to start publishing. So I'm in stage one. Like I said, there are three stages. I'm in stage one right now. I am just about to start writing. What should I not measure, or what is a bad goal in this case? A bad goal in this case is measuring likes. A bad goal in this case is measuring comments. A bad goal in this case is sales, because right now I am just getting myself started. And when you start, that's when you have the maximum problem, and one of your biggest problem will be the habit formation. Okay, I've worked with a lot of students, so I know this for a fact that the biggest challenge in writing is not really the writing frameworks or the copywriting formulas and all of these different story structures. Yes, that is important and that does come with time, but the most difficult thing is to show up every day and to write, to create that space for yourself where you sit down every day with your cup of coffee, tea, or a wine, whatever you like, and you start writing, and you do it consistently for whatever 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and you do it consistently. That's going to be the hardest part. That's going to change a lot of things for you. It changes routine for you. It changes your inner state. It changes the environment around you. So, and change is difficult, because of which this has got to be considered as the primary focus in stage one, which is that the only thing that you need to measure is, am I showing up every day for X minutes? And that X is basically time. Am I showing every day for 20 minutes? And if I am doing it consistently in stage one, I have won the game in stage one. I don't need to be concerned about the likes. I don't need to be concerned about the shares. I've basically won stage one. WON, one. I've basically won stage one. Nothing else really matters. What matters is just showing up. Okay, now if you have consistently been showing up for a while, let's say for a month, 2 months, you have been consistently showing up every day and you have been able to create that habit for yourself. You have created that environment for yourself. Now it's time to graduate to stage two. And what exactly is stage two is when you create a publishing frequency for yourself. Okay, so now you have created a writing frequency for yourself. Now you're going to create a publishing frequency for yourself, which means that you are going to select a platform. It could be a daily blog, it could be a YouTube video, or it could be LinkedIn, it could be Instagram, doesn't matter what the platform is, but you are going to select a platform and you are going to publish on that platform based on the frequency that you have decided. So for a social media platform, I usually recommend a frequency of at least one post per day. If it's long form, if it's a newsletter, then it can be once a week. If it's a long form YouTube video, it can be once a week. But I am really fond of daily publishing on social media. So if we keep that as an example, in stage two, your goal is again not to get likes, it's not to get comments, it's not to get sales, it's not to become viral. The goal here is just to ensure that, okay, if I have decided that I'm going to publish on LinkedIn 6 times a week, am I achieving that goal? That is the only thing that you need to measure in phase two. Am I publishing as per my frequency? And once you get comfortable with that for, let's say, a month or two, once you have been publishing on LinkedIn consistently for 6 days a week or 6 times a week, now you move to the last stage where you actually start measuring resonance. This is the final stage. Here again, I'm not saying sales as such, because I don't believe that the purpose of content marketing is to, or content creation is to get sales. Sales is more a function of the offer itself. I'm talking about trust. I'm talking about resonance. I'm talking about that feeling a reader or a writer, a reader or a viewer gets when they consume your content, when when their mental state changes, when their eyes light up. If we are able to create that feeling for them, then that is what we should be looking to achieve in phase 3. Can we create such moments for our audience? Can we create resonance with our audience? That is what we will be looking for in stage 3. So how do you measure resonance? Well, likes and shares are probably, one mechanism to do it. I love long thoughtful comments. If I post something, and even if I get 2 or 3 or 4 comments which are thoughtful, which are asking me questions, which are agreeing with me, disagreeing with me, that's a win for me, because I know I'm striking a chord. And so phase 3, in stage 3, you measure resonance. Specifically, I would suggest comments. If people are writing back to you after consuming your content, it means that it's resonating with them. Okay, to summarize, don't get overwhelmed with what you should be looking to measure against. You need to figure out where you are in the journey. Initially, it's hard, so don't be too hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself and just measure how, if you're meeting your writing goals of, or if you're meeting your goal of sitting every day and writing for 20 minutes. That's stage 1. Stage 2 is when you start publishing, and the question to ask yourself is, am I hitting my publishing goals? Am I publishing 6 times a week, if that's your goal? And stage 3 is where you start measuring resonance, which is finally where you start seeing how the audience is reacting to your content, and you basically ask yourself, am I creating content that is making change happen? Am I creating content that is resonating with the audience? And are they leaving long thoughtful responses to my content? All right, that's it. Would love to talk to you over email. I respond to each and every email. Please subscribe to my email. It will be fun to get in touch with you and to hear from you and see what you're working on. The link to subscribe to my email list is in the description. So thank you. And like I said, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be a jerk to yourself. Figure out where you are. That's when you figure out how to measure your content. All right, thanks.